Joe, thanks very much for joining us here. It would be good to get an update on Belfast Harbour, just in terms of, for those who don't know, what's the structure of it, and then we'll pick up a little bit as well on the strategy and some of the opportunities.
So Belfast Harbour, the entity, is a statutory port authority, the largest port authority in Northern Ireland and one of the largest in the UK. We also own and manage the Belfast Harbour Estate. That's a 2,000-acre harbour estate, which is probably the largest active harbour estate within the United Kingdom and on the island of Ireland. Having a land bank of that size gives us huge scope for estate management and estate development, and we are a very active developer and have been a particularly active developer over the last 10 years in a wide number of property-related investments in Belfast.
And Joe, in terms of the kind of sectors that are represented there, I guess what's already there at the moment, and what are you planning?
With that scale of land bank, we have literally every asset class represented, from big box retail through Belfast City Airport to manufacturing, significant tourism heritage assets. But our focus area in recent times has been developing Grade A office accommodation along the waterfront. So we have two significant schemes: Titanic Quarter, former shipyard lands, and then City Quays, some old port operational lands around our harbour office building. We've delivered over 600,000 of Grade A office accommodation over the last 5 years, principally targeting foreign direct investment, aligning with the city's ambitions and Invest Northern Ireland, our investment agency's ambitions. We've also developed significant scale in movie studios. Northern Ireland, and principally Belfast, has an ambition to be the second largest media sector outside of Greater London. We're at the heart of that in terms of providing the most modern movie studios for principally the US programmers. Big ambitions for residential as well. The city has a plan for 31,600 new homes by 2035. About 3,500 of those are envisaged to be in the harbour estate, and we're on site already for about 1,000 of those.
And in terms of that, how much of that is around developing a community there? Is there an element of affordable, livable cities? Kind of, how much of that element is within your thinking?
Completely central, has to be. And I think because we have this single controlling mind and ownership over such a large land bank, we can coordinate a true community, that mix of live, work, study, invest, because we control all of the aspects for development of the estate. So place-based and community-based residential development and community building is at the core of our development plans. We see that through our sustainable development of residential in particular, building some significant new parks for the city within our harbour estate as well, sustainably connecting the harbour estate into the local neighbourhoods and into the city centre. So I think we're quite excited actually about how we can build a new community in Belfast. I think the harbour estate would have been recognised as a business community in quite an inert style, if you like. There's a very different perspective now about what's happening in the community that's been developed in the harbour.
Really interesting to see the kind of strategy behind the development there and where that's heading. Thanks very much for joining us, Joe.